Okay, so quadratic formula. So quadratic formula applies for what? Ax squared plus bx equal plus c, plus c equals to 0. Then we solve for x with the quadratic formula, which is x equals to negative b positive or negative b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So we just need to plug in the number after we identify which one is A, B, and C. Okay, so now I'm going to just show you some tricky examples, such as 4a squared minus plus 6 equals to 0. So we know that the highest term is a equals to, which is 4a squared, and then we have a constant term 6, but we're missing the middle term bx. So which is what? You can consider this is what? 4a squared plus 0 plus 6 equals to 0. And then since this is 0, that means you multiply everything equals to 0. So that I can see it as 4a squared plus 0 times a plus 6. So we have our a equals to 4, b equals to 0, c equals to 6. Now we can apply the quadratic formula, which is x equals to negative 0, positive or negative 0 minus 4 times c over 2 times 4. Just plug in the numbers. So I have negative 0, positive or negative 16 times 6, 96. Okay. Over 8. And now let's simplify it. Negative 0 minus, it doesn't matter, it's negative, right? Oh, just keep it in this way, in case. So x either equals to, you simplified negative 96. So I have a negative 0, positive or negative. So first of all, 19 square root of 96i over 8. And then let's show you step by step. Square root of 96. How do you factor it? You need to factor it with one of the perfect square. So I have square root of 16 times square root of 6, because square root of 16 is the perfect square, over 8. So x equals to negative 0, positive or negative 4 times square root of 6 over I over 8. So negative 0. Negative 0 is 0. So we don't need to worry about that. So 0 at 4 times square root of 6i. This is equals to what? Either x equals to 4 over 6i over 8. Or 0 minus, which is negative 4, 6i over 8. Now simplify. 4 and 8 cross cancel, you have a 2 left. So that means your solution should be either x equals to square root of 6 of I over 2, or x equals to negative square root of 6i over 2. Okay, so what if we see something like 7x squared plus 3x minus 16 equals to negative 2? So how do you identify which one is A, B, and C? First of all, you need to set the equation equals to 0. That means you need to add 2 on both sides. So I have 7x squared plus 3x minus 14 equals to 0. And now we can identify A equals to 7, B equals to 3, C equals to negative 14. That's really important. Don't forget the sign, because that will change the solutions. Okay, so x equals to negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a times c, which is negative 14, over 2 times a. Now we can simplify. We have a negative 3, positive or negative 9, plus, because you have a negative sign, negative times negative, you will get a positive. Okay, so I don't know what this equals to. Let me use a calculator. 4 times 7 times 14 equals to 392 square root over 14. Okay, so I have a negative 3, positive a negative square root of 1 over 14. So 1 is a prime number. Yeah, 401 is a prime number. So that means we can factor it. So I have either negative 3 plus square root of 401 over 14, or x equals to negative 3 minus 401 over 14. That's it. I think the quadratic formula is not hard, so I'm not going to give you extra example. If you have more question, feel free to email me or leave it on the discussion. So basically, the idea is you need to identify which one is ABC for each question, and then just plug into the quadratic formula so that you can find x. Let me know if you have more questions.